Minglaba, this is the weekly highlight news of Radio NUG. I'm James. Here are the news highlights for this week. The acting president of the National Unity Government, His Excellency Duwa Lashi, graces the 76th Mother's Day ceremony. The Union Minister Dr. Sasa emphasizes all political prisoners have the right to meet their families and receive medical and nutritional care. The Union Minister Tin Tun Nying attends a press conference concerning the soft launch of the Spring Development Bank-SDB and other interesting news. The acting president of the National Unity Government, His Excellency Duwa Lashi, graced the 76th Mother's Day ceremony, which fell on 19th July, and gave a speech. The National Unity Government-NUG and Committee representing Pyidaungsu CRPH jointly organized the ceremony. The acting president highlighted, in fact, mothers are those who value the benefit of their country and nation more than their own life. Furthermore, those who do not consider their own interests and work for the common good, as long as they have time, are said to have the mother's spirit. Those who have the spirit deserve to be honored as mothers. The acting president urged the people to remember the sacrifices of the nation leaders who have been covered up in the past history. The 19th July is also remembered as a terrible day when the great national leader General Aung San, along with the great mothers, was assassinated. The Union Minister for the International Cooperation of NUG, Dr. Sasa, said that all political prisoners have the right to meet their families and receive the appropriate medical and nutritional care in an interview with AlJazeera news agency. The Union Minister stressed that it is important to emphasize that all prisoners, regardless of their circumstances, have the right to communicate with their families and receive the necessary medical and nutritional care. The terrorist military not only has no respect for these basic human rights, but has brutally violated them, the Union Minister added. Following the military coup from 2021 to 2023 on July 14, a total of 23,870 persons have been arrested, of whom 19,495 are still in detention and 6,843 have been sentenced to prison. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Planning, Finance and Investment of NUG, Tin Tun Nying, attended a press conference regarding the Spring Development Bank-SDB on 20th July. An initial deposit is not required for an SDB account. The Union Minister emphasized that in order to create an account at other private banks, we must deposit 5,000 or 10,000. We will not be charged any fees if we create an account with Spring Development Bank. We intend to make use of this entire banking system. All of this is a financial attack aimed at the revolution. The Spring Development Bank aims to have 100,000 users within 6 months of its launch and 500,000 users over the following 6 months. Currently, depending on the deposit rates, the bank interest rate will be considered for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. The international researchers have recognized NUG achievement in using the crowdfunding model, a method of seeking funds from the general public, and have been able to raise financial funds. The new head of the U.S. Embassy in Yangon, Ms. Susan Stevenson, expressed the United States encourages and supports the efforts of ethnic organizations and civil society organizations, including the National Unity Government-NUG. The United States is at the forefront of the international efforts to pressure the regime and hold perpetrators accountable. We have sanctioned more than 100 individuals and entities, including the two of the Myanmar's largest state-owned financial institutions. In coordination with our allies, these sanctions put pressure on the regime, make it more difficult to access financial markets. On the other hand, the United States supports the efforts of the pro-democracy movement, including the NUG, ethnic organizations, civil society organizations, and all of those working to resolve the conflict. She elaborated the U.S. Embassy will continue to work at your side, supporting your aspiration for a future with fundamental rights and genuine democracy. The General Strike Collaboration Committee GSCC said that Thailand's foreign minister neglected and insulted the Myanmar's People's Spring Revolution as well as attempt to divide the country politically. As of 17th of July, the GSCC said the Spring Revolution was based on political principle and not on persons. As stated by the GSCC, Thailand's foreign minister created confusion in Myanmar political crisis during this day. In accordance with the Federal Democratic Agreement, the Spring Revolution is one of the people's revolution based on the principle, not on one individual. The Thai foreign minister who has brought Myanmar into the ASEAN community by following the leader-based political tradition has neglected and insulted the Spring Revolution of the people of Myanmar, who are finally struggling with many sacrifices and neglecting their personalities rather than their political principles. It is stated that a strong warning should be issued to avoid making the situation more complicated by personal opinions alone, including ASEAN members in the international community. ASEAN must follow the opinions of the Myanmar people that are participating in the Spring Revolution. These are the weekly highlight news of Radio NUG. We will present more interesting weekly local news to you. Thanks for joining our news.